This is 2024 and we are doing a speed test comparison between the iPhone 15 Pro Max versus the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Generally speaking, iPhone 15 Pro Max is lighter as compared to iPhone 13 Pro Max and it is more comfortable holding in the hand. Let's begin the test by booting both of these phones at the same time to see which one comes to life first. iPhone 15 Pro Max is the winner of the boot up test and just few seconds behind iPhone 13 Pro Max came to life. iPhone 13 Pro Max and iPhone 15 Pro Max, they both offer the face unlock mechanism. So let's check which one has the faster one. Okay, identical in the first test. Let's do it one more time. Very much identical, no difference. Let's try this one last time. Face unlock is exactly the same on both of these devices, no difference at all. Okay, I'm very excited to see the Geekbench scores on both of these devices. We have the clear winner of the Geekbench score test. This is the 15 Pro Max, 2963 single core score as compared to 2426 on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. And we also have a significant difference on the multi-core section, 7500 as compared to 6100 score as in the multi-core section on the 13 Pro Max. These are the test results of the Geekbench, a third-party application which determines how the phone is going to perform in the real world. We will also be testing this phone on the real world applications and we will see which phone is actually faster as compared to other phone. We will be running the built-in applications. We will also experience running the games and we will have a RAM management test to determine which phone is actually better in terms of performance as compared to other and what are the actual differences in terms of performance. So stay tuned. Okay, so let's begin the test. First of all, we need to see if any of these phones running anything on the background. Nothing is running on the background on any of these phones. So let's hit the test. Clicking on the phone dollar on the both phones at the same time, identical, no difference at all. Let's try the Safari, identical, no difference at all, and both phones are running the same Wi-Fi. Let's click on the FaceTime, identical, no difference. Let's click on the camera. I think it was quickly open on the slightly better on the 15 Pro Max, but more or less similar. Clicking the calendar, both on both phones. Let's do some scrolling. Equally smooth on the scrolling. Both have the 120 Hz display. Clicking on the clock, same, no difference. Clicking on the maps, literally the same. I think Apple is charging you the 15 Pro Max. Well, you're paying for the 15 Pro Max and actually you'll be getting the same results as you will get in the 13 Pro Max, no difference. Settings application, same, no difference at all. Clicking on the weather, slightly faster on the 15 Pro Max. Difference is negligible. Clicking on the reminders, identical, equally identical, no difference. Clicking on the Instagram, slightly faster on the 15 Pro Max. Both phones are on the same Wi-Fi. Clicking on the Facebook, slightly faster on the 15 Pro Max. Clicking on the YouTube, slightly faster on the 15 Pro Max. Let's do some scrolling, and scrolling is also super smooth on both of these phones. Clicking on the X, aka Twitter, slightly faster on the 15 Pro Max. Let's try some other applications like games. Okay, let's try the Temple Run 2. Identical, no difference. Oh, the screen is different. On the 15 Pro Max we have the Santa and on the Temple Run 2 we have the Frozen theme. And oh my god, the 13 Pro Max loaded the game faster and following the 15 Pro Max. Let's try the uh, Subway Surfer on the both phones at the same time. Oh my god, faster on the 13 Pro Max. If you want to play games on your phone, the 13 Pro Max is the phone to go. I have no idea why this is happening, but the 13 Pro Max is actually opening up the applications faster than the 15 Pro Max. Let's also check the internet speed on both of these phones, 15 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max, clicking on the speed test at the same time. Very much similar, no difference at all, clicking on the go at the same time. 13 Pro Max versus the 15 Pro Max. We are getting the 5 ms ping on the 13 Pro Max, and the ping is higher on the 15 Pro Max. This is strange. And the same is the case with the speed test as well. We have the 13.7 download speed on the 13 Pro Max as compared to 11.5 download speed on the 15 Pro Max. What is happening here, guys? And the results are there. 16.6 upload speed on the 13 Pro Max as compared to only 5.80 upload speed on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Actually, the 13 Pro Max is faster. I have to do this one more time. Let's do it again. Okay, so the ping is once again slightly better as compared to 15 Pro Max. We are getting 7 ms ping on the 13 Pro Max as compared to 8 ms ping on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Okay, so I have no idea. Literally, what is happening? I have no idea. 20.5 download speed on the 13 Pro Max as compared to 17, only 17 download speed on the 15 Pro Max. 26.2 MB upload speed on the iPhone 13 Pro Max as compared to 16.4 MB upload speed on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. iPhone 13 Pro Max is technically a faster phone on the as compared to iPhone 15 Pro Max when it comes to internet speed. For a comparison, we have a 2 minute or 2 second clip on both of these phones. This is an identical clip. This is 4K 60 FPS, and I'm going to export this clip on both of these phones at the same time to see which phone will take how much time. Exporting is almost identical. There seems no difference. Okay, the difference is there. 15 Pro Max is actually little faster here. And we are still at the 75% on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. iPhone 15 Pro Max is quite a fast phone when it comes to 4K video editing. Difference is significant. Okay, so we are also done on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, but the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a clear winner in terms of video editing. Okay, so let's check the RAM management on both of these phones. Let's see which phone is handling the applications better in the background. Let's click on the calendar. Super smooth, no difference. Let's open the settings app. Identical, no difference at all. They both are handling the applications good in the background. iPhones are very much optimized in handling the applications in background. Let's try the Safari. Opening up the Safari. No loading on either of these phones. This is a good sign. I'm also checking the Facebook, clicking on the Facebook on the same time. They both reloaded the screen. The refresh was there on both of the phones. Let's also try the Temple Run 2. No difference. They both are identical in the RAM management as well. iPhone 13 Pro Max has the 6 GB of RAM as compared to 8 GB on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Let's also try the Subway Surfer. I think no, that's not a difference. Maybe. Okay, so in terms of RAM management, the both phones are equally good. And my recommendation for 2024 is if you are in market and you want to buy a phone for the performance purpose only, the 13 Pro Max is equally as good as the 15 Pro Max. There is no major difference.